Hi everybody! For less than $60 you can build an awesome sifter also. I think so. Hi! Yes, it's working. Hey everybody! Welcome to the Mud Builders of Atlanta how-to videos. Just keeping you posted on our sustainable living series. We're learning a lot together on how to make our world a more embraced, loving place. We are going to share with you what we discovered about building a sifter for sifting the clay and how we did that for under $60 just by working together and putting our brains together and figuring out a really great design. So in just one day, we designed, although we've been kind of meditating on it for a little while, but we designed, got the materials for, and we built this sifter. So basically the inspiration was that there's a lot of us that want to help out. We have one like two by two sifter that we use over a wheelbarrow, but we also have a pit of clay out there. So we're going to sift right into that pit, which is about 8 by 4 with this sifter. Learn from what we did, from our mistakes and our achievements. So we have a new Mud Builder of Atlanta. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Howdy, my name is Offen. Just got in touch with Viva yesterday and then decided to come down here today to help her build a nice little mud sifter.
Hopefully Offen will come to our play dates often and help us build mud things all around Atlanta. First, let's just share with you awesome people, mud builders probably. Let's go over the material list. So what do we need to make a sifter? This stuff, what is this stuff called? This mesh screen, and this is really important. This is a 1/4 inch mesh screen. It comes in rolls of 2 feet or 3 feet. You probably don't want to do excess cutting. I mean, that's just a waste of time. You might as well build it to the size that chicken wire comes in. So we wanted our 2 feet, and then when we got there, it needs to be a little bit longer than 2 feet because it had to be tucked under the pieces of wood, so it's not just right there, 2 feet. That wouldn't work. You need some overhang. We decided to make it a little bit smaller than 2 feet rather than get the 3-foot wide stuff and then have to, cut it. You want to decide, do you want it to be less than 2 feet or just a little bit less than 3 feet? It comes in rolls of 5 foot long. We had to get 2 of those rolls. They were about $9 each.
Decided to put legs on the roof to be able to sift a larger amount of clay and mud to be able to, do it faster. You can be able to sift it while standing, or you can sift it by going to the end, and both parties can pick up the end and lift it up, which will help it sift some of that clay. Also, another thing to think about with this screen is make sure you get a galvanized screen so it doesn't rust because of the high humidity. So this would allow somebody to be able to pick it up and sift it a lot easier. And then if you get tired, you can just set it back down and you don't have to go all the way down to pick it back up again. A lot less strain on your back, which is what you want to save yourself.
This is pressure treated wood right here. And the reason why we got heat pressure treated wood is because it's going to be outside and it's going to live outside, and that's going to be its home. So it would rot a lot more easily if it wasn't pressure treated. We might still put linseed oil on it, give it an extra protection. We did our measurements with this wonderful tool, which you should have. This is a measuring tape. So let's demonstrate how to use this.
Our measurements, we roughly got an idea, wrote it out on paper, and then just decided to start cutting it. Now, if you don't have the power tools to cut it, you can go to your local shopping store like Lowe's or Home Depot and they can cut it for you. Usually it's a free fee. After so many cuts, they may charge you like 50 cents.
We're doing 3 pieces at 22 inches each. These guys are each 8 feet long. These are called 2x4s. They come in 8 feet and 10 feet. Them to be, a little bit less than our hip height or maybe just right over our knee. These guys are 27 inches each. 4 pieces, 2 of them 8 feet long, 2 of them 10 feet long. I'm not sure because we actually got things and put them back because after we found the wire, we needed stuff to be small. 6 pieces for 27 inches. I'll break this down in the description for you. and 3 pieces for 22 inches and 2 8 feet long. And then you can see how we put this together, but it's not as easy as it looks. It's called hot dipped galvanized poultry net staples. See that? We turned this piece upside down, rolled out one of the chicken wire. I'll show you how to put it on, then we'll explain what we did. You just put it in there and you hammer, but it's on the floor outside. Just hammer it down. Okay, so if you notice, we also have some brackets here. Kinds of brackets. We've got this one, TP15. It's rather small. A right angle, which just gives it extra support. You measure it out. This is a foot from the end. So we marked it off with our measuring tape. 1 foot, 1 foot. And we were able to put these guys in. Just screw in the back screw. And then we nailed in this 2x4 from either side, so it was in its right place. And since we only did the back screw, then you could flip it back and put the chicken wire in, and then put this back on it and screw it in and stretch the chicken wire out. You just put the staples in, starting in this direction. You just kind of stretch it out all the way till you get to the end. And then we did the same thing from that other side, and then we put these 2 brackets on. It really does take a couple of people together to do this. Hello! Exterior screw. This is how big it is. See? 1 1/4 inches. See? Actually used a screwdriver because we didn't have a drill that was charged up. Screw in these brackets.
Definitely helps if you have one of these though. And if you have it charged.
And then we actually used a nail that was nice and big because nails are super cheap compared to screws. That's a nail. And it's pretty long. It's 3 1/8 inches long. Plenty long enough to go through 4 inches of space. We measured halfway, which is how we figured out how to put the middle one in there. You just want to mark it so that it's really flush with the top. We put it on the side, and then I held the wood while Oven screwed it in. So we were using both of our eyeballs to get it in the right place.
And the reason why we put it is if you're doing something this long, you want to provide support not only for the wood itself. Over time it's going to become weak, but also for the mesh itself. If we were to do it one whole strip, the weight of the mud over time would end up ripping it out and breaking it, and it's a lot more supportive also to put the legs there anyhow. So
right, added that last piece of wood on that end.
Yeah, we were a little afraid the legs not being supported well enough by just being attached to the side of the wood here with just 4 3-inch screws, just to make sure. It's also a playpen. By attaching a scrap piece of 2x4 that we had left over, and all we did was, thankfully we had a 2x4 that was just the right size. We just attached it from one leg to the other leg to provide support so it wouldn't buckle either inwards or outwards from being used. And we're going to do the same thing on the other one, except we don't have the spare piece of wood at the moment.
We hope this has been informative for you. The sifter can be used for a lot of different things, not just sifting clay, but it can also be used for rinsing vegetables, especially root vegetables that you might grow, and you just want to throw a hose over them and get some of the dirt off of it. And just put that over your garden so you can water your garden at the same time. Sift manure if you're going to make some earthen plastic. You don't want to stand in it or sit in it. Well, just remember, there's nothing you can't do. Especially when you've got other people that are doing it with you. Any questions? Please let us know. Please comment. Let us know if you've built this as well and if you had fun, if you have any other ideas. And just say hi, check in with us, subscribe to our videos. We love sharing this information and we'll keep you posted on everything that we learn. Bye! The Super Sifter! Look at these guys sifting away. One word. Free. Yay! And look how it's sifting. Look how it's falling. Come on. Just one word. Go team, go. One voice can make a difference. Don't be shy to be the first. Good job. So you're strong. Was that heavy?
No. Oh,
Good job. What do you think about this? Are you having fun?
yeah. How about you?
All the fight.